So, Indra, right?
Yeah.
Where are you from, Indra?
Kolkata.
Ah, rough train ride?
No, I can't travel by trains. I took a flight.
Who travels by trains these days, anyways? Huh. So, tell me more about your qualifications.
I did my master's in computer engineering 2 months ago.
That's nice. So, can I assume that you have no work experience?
No, I actually did do an internship in my fourth year.
Okay, which company?
Hampton International.
Simon, what are you doing? We don't offer anything to our candidates. This is a job interview, not a housewarming party. Leave it here. No offense, sir.
None taken.
So, tell me, how many companies did you interview for before coming here?
Does it matter?
It matters to me.
15 companies.
15 companies. Getting rejected by 15 companies doesn't put you in a good light.
You wish, ma'am, it was quite the other way around. The companies were vying for me, but I had my demands.
Demands such as?
I'm willing to work for 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. I need a 2-bedroom flat for my accommodation, an SUV, a health insurance coverage for my entire family, all these along with a salary of 10 lakhs per annum.
Miss Indra, let me tell you something very clearly. You are in no position to dictate terms on your first job. That's probably why the other companies didn't comply to your demands, which is also why you don't seem like a proper fit for our company either. See, we're not some hotshot firm looking to hire a lawyer. We are a very hardworking company and we don't want our employees to be cocky. We want them to be brilliant at coding.
I might not seem loyal, but my knack for coding is quite enviable.
You sell yourself exceedingly well, Miss Indra.
I did make a software net tasker when I was just 22 years old, so I guess I've earned my right to brag.
You created the software NetTasker. NetTasker is a pseudocode translator software. There's no way you created it when you were 22. You do know that I have people to cross-check with, right?
Miss Janet, I know better than to bluff at a job interview.
Well, then I must say I'm quite impressed.
They all are when they hear this.
You told me you created NetTasker when you were 22 years old. And that software came out around 5 years ago, which makes you 27, if I'm right.
I don't see how that's relevant, but yeah.
Most engineers graduate around 24, 25. How is your case different?
It's a health issue. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you need to if you want this job.
I'd prefer to keep my personal matters aside for this.
Indra, there's an unnatural gap in your timeline which just doesn't add up. You need to tell me what you were doing for those 3 years. For all I know, you were in prison for committing some felony.
Alright, I'll tell you. I fractured my spine when I was in 6th grade. A car hit me while I was crossing the road. I had to undergo 3 major surgeries. By the time I was back on my feet, my peers were 3 classes ahead of me. It's seriously not a big deal. People just tend to blow it out of proportion. What really matters is...
Do you take medication for it now?
Pardon?
Do you take medication for this?
Yes, I do.
How often? How often do you take medication for this?
I take 10 different pills over the course of a day.
10 pills.
Yeah.
Do you understand that every candidate needs to mention their health status, their major disabilities, and allergies in their CV.
But I don't have an allergy or a disability.
What about your spine?
That was a long time back. If I keep taking my medication, I'll be perfectly fine.
What happens when you don't take your medication?
Nothing much.
Oh, so you're trying to tell me that you've been chugging 10 pills a day for the past, decade and a half for nothing?
Alright. I get my back pains.
Here it comes.
It becomes difficult for me to sit and stand, but that doesn't have to mean anything. I cannot be deemed disabled for that.
It's not about being tagged disabled. You have a serious problem. No company wants to hire an unfit candidate, especially one with no work experience.
I'm a computer engineer, not a football player.
Okay. Tell me one more time what happens when you don't take your medication?
I get my pains back. It becomes difficult for me to sit and stand for a long time.
And what do software developers endure while they work?
Long hours of sitting and staring at the computer screen.
Yes, correct. Long hours of sitting and staring into the computer screen. I'm sorry, Miss Indra, but after this new piece of information, your job prospects have hit a new low. Although, if you are willing to negotiate, I might be able to cut you an offer to get you rolling.
There are companies out there hounding for employees like me. When they see my work, they know I'm worth every penny. And when that happens, all this rubbish that you're throwing against me about my health, it will become another feather in my hat. Another obstacle that I overcame irrespective of my health condition. So if you don't want to hire me, you don't need to. Just don't patronize me.
Relax, Miss Indra. I'm not patronizing you. I'm just laying the facts out there. Besides, I didn't say that the deal was completely off the table.
What are you getting at now?
Scrape the insurance, 1-bedroom flat, no car, 7 lakhs per annum. And that too, only if you work 8 hours a day for 6 days a week.
No way I'm taking that deal.
It's better than what we give most rookies and definitely the best option for someone with your condition.
Then I guess I better take off. Thank you for your time, Miss Janet.
What do you think will happen when you walk out that door?
I go for interviews with companies who won't use tactics to sign me into a deal.
And what happens when these companies get to know about your spine problem?
How dare you? You think you can strong arm me into taking this deal?
I'm just saying you lied on your CV. Most companies would deem you as an ideal fit. But what happens when they find out about your condition? They'll chase you out of their office with your tail between your legs. See, rejection is one thing, but humiliation is a whole lot different. I can assure you that if you take this deal, you won't regret it. And once you're in the job, you get to prove your worth, and in no time, you'll be on top of the corporate ladder.
8.5 lakhs per annum.
7.5.
8 or I'm walking out that door.
Fine. 8 it is. Anything else?
I can't be working for 8 hours a day. A maximum of 7 hours. That's all.
We can work with that. Is that all?
I guess it is.
We have a deal then.
We do.
So,
Congratulations, Miss Janet. You have passed the test. You are our official interviewer from now on. You can start on Monday.
really?
You fit the bill quite well. You kept control over the conversation, you did not succumb to my terms, and you made me pay for exposing my vulnerability. The company needs a negotiator like you. Especially, that snotty boss bit when Simon came in, it was quite hilarious. You should have seen his face.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any queries?
Just one. That accident, were you in it or was it just the backstory of your character? Like, juicing up the elements a little bit.
Miss Janet, do you have any queries regarding your job requirements here?
No, ma'am.
Then I guess there's nothing else to talk about. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you, ma'am.